Hey everyone! Welcome back to our English Podcast Hub, your daily dose of natural conversations, real-life expressions, and smart language tips. I'm Simmons.
And I'm Emma, and today we're diving into one of the most useful skills for speaking polite, natural English, making polite requests. Trust me, no matter where you live or what you do, polite requests are essential.
Exactly. Whether you're asking someone for help, ordering something, requesting directions, or simply wanting someone to hand you a pen, knowing how to make a polite request makes you sound confident, respectful, and fluent.
In today's episode, we'll role-play different situations, break down real examples, compare formal versus informal requests, and give you expressions you can start using immediately.
And because this is a teaching-style podcast, we'll also pause between conversations to explain tone, vocabulary, and the mechanics behind polite English.
All right, let's jump in. Ready?
Always. Let's start with something simple but extremely common, asking for help in everyday situations.
Simmons, can you give me a hand with something?
Sure, what's up?
Could you pass me that notebook on the table? I left mine in the other room.
Of course. Here you go.
Thanks. And one more thing. Would you mind switching on the fan? It's getting a bit warm in here.
Not at all. Anything else?
Nope, that's perfect. Thanks for your help.
All right, learners, let's break down what Emma just did there. She used 3 polite request forms. 1, can you give me a hand? Casual, friendly, polite. 2, could you pass me that notebook? Softens the request. More polite than can you? 3, would you mind switching on the fan? Very polite. Used when asking someone to do something that might require effort.
Pay attention. Can you equals practical, everyday request. Could you, slightly more formal, softer. Would you mind equals very polite and considerate.
Exactly. And notice the tone. Polite requests almost always sound gentle, slow, and friendly.
Simmons, imagine we're at a cafe. You're the customer, and I'm the barista.
Great. Let's do it.
Hi there. What can I get you for today?
Hi, could I please get a cappuccino?
Sure. Would you like it hot or iced?
Hot, please. And could you also add a little extra foam?
Of course. Anything else?
Yes. Would it be possible to get a slice of the chocolate cake?
Absolutely. Anything else?
That's all. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Your order will be ready shortly. So notice how Simmons used polite phrases. Could I please get? Could you also add? Would it be possible to? These are perfect for ordering food or drinks.
Also, adding please, thank you, and that's all are great ways to sound polite and natural.
And tone matters. Even if your grammar is correct, your voice should sound calm, friendly, and respectful.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest metro station?
Sure, just go straight for 2 blocks, turn left, and you'll see it on your right.
Great, thank you. One more question. Would you mind telling me if there's a bus stop nearby?
Not at all. There's one right across the street.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your help. Whenever you speak to strangers, especially on the street, you always want to start with, excuse me, or I'm sorry to bother you, but, more polite, or could you tell me?
And using would you mind shows strong politeness. For example, would you mind helping me find this address?
Also, after someone helps you, always add, thank you so much, or I really appreciate it.
Hey, Simmons, could I ask you a quick favor?
Sure, what do you need?
Could you look over this presentation and tell me if anything needs improving?
Yeah, absolutely. When do you need it?
By this afternoon, if possible.
No problem. I'll check it after lunch.
Thank you. And would you mind sending me the updated team schedule?
Not at all. I'll send it in a few minutes. A lot of students ask how to make polite requests at work. Here are some very natural forms. Could I ask you a favor? Would you mind checking? Do you think you could? If it's not too much trouble.
And here's a tip. Always ask about the other person's time. For example, when you have a moment, or when you get a chance.
Excuse me, Emma. Would it be possible for me to submit my assignment tomorrow?
Normally, the deadline is today, but if you need more time, I can accept it tomorrow morning.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your help.
No problem. Just make sure it's done before class.
Formal requests use softer, more respectful language. Would it be possible? Would you mind if I? May I? Would it be all right if I?
For example, may I ask you a question? Would you mind repeating that? These are especially useful when talking to teachers, bosses, or older people.
Sometimes even polite requests can sound too direct. That's why we add softening expressions like just, maybe, a bit, if it's okay.
For example, could you just check this for me? Maybe you could help me with. Could you wait a bit? These reduce the pressure on the listener. Let's do a mini role play.
Simmons, could you help me move some boxes later today? I'd really like to, but I have a meeting this evening. Maybe tomorrow.
Sure, no problem. Thanks anyway.
Politeness also includes accepting no politely. Right. Useful phrases include, no worries. That's okay. Maybe another time. Thanks for letting me know.
Even refusal can be gentle. For example, I'd love to, but I'm afraid I can't.
Tone is everything. Even if your words are polite, speaking too fast or too loudly can make you sound rude.
Yes, here are quick tips. 1. Speak slowly when making a request. 2. Smile lightly. It helps. 3. Keep your voice soft. 4. Use phrases like please, thanks, sorry if interrupting.
In English-speaking cultures, politeness is usually shown through indirect language.
For example, instead of saying, give me your pen, it's better to say, could I borrow your pen for a moment? Thanks.
Emma, can I ask you something unusual?
Sure, go ahead.
Would you mind explaining why English uses so many different forms for simple requests, like can, could, would you mind, may I? Why so many?
Great question. English speakers love indirectness. Instead of saying something very direct like do this, they soften it to make it sound friendly. It's part cultural, part linguistic. For example, would you mind isn't about ability, it's about respecting the listener's comfort.
That makes sense. So if I say, can you open the window, I'm asking about ability, but we don't literally mean, are you capable of opening the window? We mean, please open it.
Exactly. It's a polite fiction, a gentle way of expressing needs.
And could you is a more polite version, right?
Yes, it's softer. And then would you mind is even more polite because it acknowledges the possibility of inconvenience.
Got it. Let's practice a few more complex examples.
Sure. Let's imagine we're in an office and your computer breaks.
Okay.
How would you politely ask someone from the IT department for help?
I might say, hi, could you take a look at my computer when you have a moment? It's not turning on.
Perfect. That's polite, respectful, and patient.
And if I were talking to my boss?
Maybe something like, would it be possible to take a short break? I need to step outside for a moment.
Nice. Soft, respectful, and clear.
Now let's switch roles. You ask me for something complicated.
Okay. Emma, would you mind helping me plan the team's training schedule next week? I could use your input.
Sure, I'd be happy to. When do you want to start?
Anytime after lunch would be great. Just let me know when you're free.
Sounds good. I'll ping you later.
See? That felt natural.
Because polite requests are more about attitude than grammar. Emma, before we wrap up, let's recap the most important request structures. 1. Can you? Friendly and direct. 2. Could you? Softer, more polite. 3. Would you mind? Very polite and careful. 4. May I? formal and respectful. 5. Would it be possible to highly formal? 6. Is it okay if casual but polite? 7. Do you think you could soft and very polite?
Emma, can you do one last request?
It depends. What is it?
Could you wrap up the episode for our listeners?
Of course. Thanks for listening, everyone. Today we explored how to make polite requests in English, a skill every learner needs. Practice these phrases daily, try them in conversations, and slowly they'll become natural for you.
And if you want more podcast-style lessons like this, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
Take care, keep learning, and keep speaking politely. See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.